This is the 2025 Toyota Tacoma TRD versus the 2024 Toyota Tundra. Which one's a better fit for you?
Hi, it's Randy, Kentville Toyota, and today we're going to have a look at the 2025 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. Let's have a look. So on the front side of this 2025 Tacoma TRD Sport, you see some obvious signs. The interesting thing between this, the SR5, and this being the TRD Sport, the immediate thing you see is the hood scoop. Just a little offset on the front of the vehicle to make it a little more interesting, make it look a little more aggressive. Also here on the front side, you get a matte black plastic grille inserted into the color match painted exterior. You get the forward-facing camera, and you also get lots of sensors in the front for frontal collision avoidance as well as for parking sensors. This particular unit, base truck comes with an LED headlight, but the TRD Sport also comes with an LED fog light you see here set way down in the lower bumper. As we go down the side of this truck, we notice that this is actually this was a new color for 2024. It carries through into 2025. It's called Underground. Really nice, rich, deep gray. This particular trim gets a color matched wheel arch that goes along with the body color. TRD Sport comes with an 18-inch alloy wheel and tire package. This one actually comes with a Michelin, really great quality tire, and the TRD wheel centers, nice offset. The red against the black and the gray is a nice visual. Come down the side of the vehicle, you get your turn indicator on the exterior of the mirror, as well as your blind spot monitoring is also in that mirror. Interesting observation on this truck, there is a camera here. That is part of the blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert system. It just gives the vehicle more data to digest as you're on the road with lots of things going on around you. So come back down the side of the vehicle. The TRD Sport does come with the color matched door handle as opposed to the black on the SR5. You do get a nice blackout badge. This customer in particular has requested the TRD Sport running board as an aftermarket accessory. It's a nice accessory put on, visually grounds the truck, brings your eye down. So as we come back down the driver's side of the vehicle, again, 18-inch wheel, color matched wheel arch here, TRD Sport badging on the side, and a nice color matched rear bumper on this vehicle. Rear backup sensors, obviously in the rear bumper, comes back around. It is color matched, which is a nice configuration on this trim level. Bumpers all inset with the tow feature built in. There's your hitch. Receiver comes in the trucks in the rear behind the seats. So this one, all color matched. A lot of clientele are really liking putting in the blackout badging or the insert badging on these. A nice accessory to add. This customer hasn't done that yet, but hopefully will in the future because it really does offset it. And you get a really high quality camera here. So when you're backing up to hook up your trailer or just in a parking lot, you get a great big screen in the cab of the truck with a great camera. It gives you a great visual indication of where you are in space and time, and you can get back up to your trailer without, hopefully without touching it and damaging your new truck. So let's go on to the inside of the vehicle and have a look. Hi everybody, it's Randy from Kentville Toyota. I just want to let you know that if you're in the market for a used vehicle, please look us up at Kentville Toyota and mention the YouTube videos and we'll have a special incentive for you. Thanks for your business. So here we are coming in from the driver's side of this TRD Sport Tacoma. Some interesting visual cues above the SR5 trim. TRD bit written right in the door panel visually. Nice big pocket. There's two levels of pockets here, one with cup holder slots in it and just a general storage bin. This trim level truck does come with a 8-way power driver seat with lumbar support. This generation of truck compared to last generation, seat quality and the seating position I find way better than the previous generation of trucks. I generally have a long torso, and the previous generation truck I had a really hard job getting comfortable in. This one fits like a glove for me and just my body type. So excellent seat, leather exterior, perforated, it would be the right word, interior insert on that just for comfort, and lots of bells and whistles here on the dash for the operator from this side. So 3 different auxiliary ports, switches already built in here if you want to add accessories, more charge points, power points throughout the truck. If you want to modify and customize your truck, there's already built-in punch outs here with switches that are already back into the fuse panel, so it makes it very user-friendly to make modifications without cutting into the wiring harness of your new Tacoma, which would be a no-no, bad for your warranty. You do have automatic headlights as a standard feature on this vehicle. You can trim with your headlights depending on your towing position. If your truck's sitting low in the back, you can change the angle of your headlights high and low just so you get A, better visibility, stability, and B, you don't burn the eyes out of people that you're coming towards on the highway. 120 volt AC outlet in the back for 110 volt utility, I guess, for lack of a better term, if you need to use some power tools in the back of the vehicle that are not too intense in the draw. It's meant to be for small things like a cooler, you know, auxiliary lighting, audio, that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna hop in the seat, see how comfortable it is, see how quickly it adjusts. I will say that running board was a nice add for getting in there. The TRD Sport comes automatically with an aluminum set of pedals, which is nice. Visually, it's quite attractive and good grip on them. They do have a rubberized pad built into the aluminum pedals themselves. Sitting here as a driver, lots of technology on this truck. The switches are very industrial. I really like the outlay of this, pretty interesting side. The knobs are large and coarse. You got good grip on them. They feel very industrial and very user-friendly. So this configuration of the truck is the non-hybrid version. It is the iForce Max 4-cylinder turbocharged engine on this vehicle. Great power on this truck. All the reviews we've had back from the current owners driving the 2024s and the few 25s we've already delivered, customers have been extremely happy with the combination of the transmission and the new engine. Lots of power, fuel economy is good, seems to have lots of towing power. Completely digital dash, and you can customize it a little bit in the settings. Very simple layout, tachometer on the right, speedometer on the left. The big screen here is a really nice layout. I do like that. This new generation of connected services from Toyota Canada has been very well received by the consumer, and you know, great quality audio, good layout, good interface either with Apple or Android users. Everybody's really pretty happy with the way this works. This particular trim level of truck does have dual climate control available, heated seats, all the usual configurations. Lots of interesting stuff here on the transmission. Tow mode, haul mode, 4-wheel high, 2-wheel high, and obviously 2 low. And all of our trucks now come with an automatic parking brake, which is a nice feature. But because of some of the safety features, they've had to add a couple of other features here. Is that you need to tell the truck when you're about to back into a trailer, because otherwise it detects you're about to have a rear collision. So you use the button here to let the truck know that you're intentionally approaching something, so that it doesn't put the brakes on for a safety feature. Most of our truck drivers do use them for some sort of functionality. So if you are towing a trailer, Toyota has added this awesome feature combined with the cameras that are all the way around the vehicle. And when I press this, I'm just gonna do a little visual, and you'll see that I literally put a chair beside the truck. In this animation mode, it looks a little goofy, but it clearly shows you that there is something on the driver's side of the vehicle so that you can have a good once around to know that you're going to back into or drive over anything. So there's the top-down view. There's literally a chair beside the truck that I put there just so that it would have some indication of what we're looking at. And even though it looks like an AI generated picture, well, it is of the truck, but the floor tiles and everything that you're seeing around the vehicle are from those camera views. So really good functionality for you figuring out where things are in space around you before you start moving around on a campsite or around your garage, hooking up a trailer, you know, make sure the kids' bikes aren't under your truck or anything else that could get in your way and ruin your outing with your truck. So really nice feature on this TRD Sport is that it does have that surround view camera. It's an awesome feature that they've added for 2024 and 25 moving forward. So neat feature there. Okay, so here we are at the rear of the TRD Sport Tacoma. So I'm just gonna hop in here as a passenger. Step one, nice, big, robust handle here to help you get in. If you do not have running boards on the truck, this would be a great feature for the kids or anyone with any stability issues, just to help you get in. So I slide in here. Again, I have the seat very, very liberally set for myself. It's a little further back than I actually needed it to be. Again, I'm at 5'10", so I'm sitting in this rear seat. I've got to say, really impressed, really comfortable. It's quite an upright seating position, but I can adjust that here on the side. This is just the way it came from the factory preset. As I'm sitting here, good, comfortable seating position, lots of headroom, surprising amount of headroom. And what I see here for functionality, there is a conventional 110 volt plug. Again, charge your computer. I don't think you want to run a hot plate back here, but obviously there's lots of options. You need 110 volts. You've got 2 charge ports there for USB-C, well configured. As far as layout, I don't see my conventional cup holders that I expected to see here. Am I missing something? I don't think I am. I don't think there are any cup holders here. So there's my expectations all shot to pieces. There are 3 water bottle holders in the door to my side. There's 2 cup holders here that I'm going to assume that you as the rear passengers can use here, especially if you've got a third person sitting here. And I see equal numbers of cup holders or water bottle holders in the driver's, in the passenger side. So I will say, great layout. This seat is surprisingly comfortable. Obviously there's no armrest here because I can't find one, or if there is one, you can tell me in the comments and I'll just be really embarrassed about how I showed you a vehicle that I didn't know anything about, but hey, that's par for the course. There is a storage pocket on the rear of the passenger side, but there's not on the driver's side. So overall layout here is really very good. I am noticing visually there's quite a hump here in the ceiling that would accommodate the sunroof for this trim level of truck. So in the SR5, you're getting a little bit more headroom and visually a little less invasion here. But again, even with the sunroof, certainly not feeling pinched for space whatsoever. So let's go have a look under the hood, see what we can find up there that is of any interest to you. So here we are at the front of this 2025 Tacoma. Oh, there it is. I found it fairly easily that time. So swipe from right to left. You do find the release. It's on the bottom side. Slide it across. This particular vehicle's been undercoated, so it's a bit gooey under here, but if you're planning on keeping your Tacoma as long as it'll last, it being gooey is to your advantage. So the things that the average consumer can see under the hood of the 2025 Tacoma: washer fluid, pretty well marked, easy to find; expansion tank for your coolant, which you probably will not have to interface with; air cleaner, the usual suspects. There is the oil dipstick there for you to check. This is a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. And again, for the majority of us consumers, aside from putting washer fluid in and checking the oil, there's really not a lot to see up here that you can tell. I can tell what a whole bunch of this stuff is. There is your battery position, so that it is a good, easily accessible spot for someone to come in if you do need to boost the battery, because it's not a matter of if the battery dies, it's when the battery dies, and it could be 10 years in. But when you need to, well-located battery, easy to change. That may be something that the backyard mechanic can do, but for most of your service needs, a Toyota store or another certified shop is probably your best bet. So I'm Randy from Kentville Toyota. This has been a walk around on the 2025 Tacoma TRD Sport. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed making messes and making you laugh as I show you things I don't understand. Have a great afternoon. Hi, I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota. This is the 2024 Toyota Tundra. So let's have a look at this. So from the front of this Tundra, first impressions, I see a camera here, obviously for frontal collision avoidance. I see sonar in the bumper and out here on the extension. So obviously for frontal collision avoidance for things like parking lots. This vehicle is non-hybrid, so we don't get the blue insignia you see on some of them. So the insignia of this vehicle still, like most Toyotas in this generation, has the radar sensor is in this for frontal collision avoidance for your radar cruise control. Yeah, so front of the vehicle, good looking nose, very truck-like, I guess is how I would describe it. I'm not a product advisor here, so my opinions of these vehicles are very knee-jerk reactions. I don't particularly know a lot of the product knowledge, but I've been around them enough to have opinions about them at least, so that's what you're getting today. So let's go around and have a look at the driver's side of the vehicle and see what we see. Here we are at the front of this 2024 Tundra. This is the limited package. There are 2 packages available on these vehicles. There have been since the new relaunch of this vehicle for 2022. So this one is a limited. My understanding of what that does for you is it gives you more horsepower under the hood. Same displacement. This is a 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo engine that all of our Tundras are now, even with the hybrid drivetrain. Again, this is not a hybrid, but you still get that same engine block with the 3.5 liter twin turbo. So the limited trim gives you a little more horsepower than the SR trim. Also gives you different features. So this is the Crew Max model, so it gives you lots of passenger space. Nice big doors to open for passengers in and out. As far as drivability goes, I haven't been able to ride in a few of these. The ride quality is unbelievable. This is more like a piece of furniture when you're on the road than it is a truck. Very capable. You can take it to work, or you can take it take it on a day trip on vacation. It's just really comfortable to be in. So things that I see, same as I do on most of the Toyotas, the indicator here on the mirror for turn signal, and as well as heated mirror, as well as your blind spot monitoring light is here, the same as you see on most of these vehicles. Again, with the larger pillars on these vehicles, you do get more blind spots, and the safety technology to offset that is pretty obvious on all the Toyotas. Right down to the entry-level trim in the SR double cab, so our least expensive Tundra still has most of the same safety features that you get on the limited trim. So what else? This one has running boards. That is a Toyota OEM running board that we have installed for the customer. Comes with a lovely shiny black combination wheel with the gloss and the black. We've got a Michelin on there. Good off-road balance tire. It's an LTX trail, great tire. Yeah, I have my old Tacoma that is 20 some years old is running Michelin LTXs. They can take an old truck and make it drive like a new truck. It's a nice tire. So that's the outside. Non-locking gas door on the Tundra. As like most of our passenger vehicles do have a locking gas door. You get plastic wheel arches on this. Gives you a little more durability. So if you're actually using this for work or if you're off-road anywhere, you're not going to beat the paint all up. And same as our previous generation Tundra, a lot of people don't see this. There actually is a plastic film that is applied to all of our trucks down here that gives you good durability. And strangely enough, the technology in that plastic is really cool. If you damage that with rock chips or anything like that, it will naturally, again, as long as the temperatures won't happen when it's minus 30 outside, but over time it'll naturally heal up a little bit and it'll seal up behind itself to keep your paint covered, to keep rust at bay on that vehicle. So this particular package, TRD Off-Road, gives you different suspension than the other trims do. Every truck that comes from the factory, the TRD Off-Road, the TRD Sport, again, every trim gets different suspension. I'm not the one to tell you what the difference is. That's what Toyota.ca is for, or my sales staff here. I'm here to show you what I think of the truck. I really don't know as much as I probably should, but I'm doing it anyway. So let's have a look at the interior of the truck and go from there. So here we are on the driver's side. I see a running board. That's nice, easy to get in and out. The sill plate appears to be plastic, which is good, should give you good durability. There is a skid plate here to keep you from scuffing your boots if you're using it for a work truck. We see a lot of work trucks coming in without sill plates on them, all scuffed up. They start to rust in our climate. Sill plates are a nice feature. Really big door pocket here. I like that. There's lots of room for all your stuff. In a previous life, I actually worked for a living and had splinters in my hands, and these door pockets would have been full of things that I'd forgotten and receipts that I had not submitted somewhere. So anyway, nice place to collect stuff if you're not any better at doing your filing than I am. So let's see how the seat feels. We'll get in here. Huge passenger compartment. We'll adjust the seat back to where I want to be. So on this trim, what do I see here? I see 4 high, 4 low. So we got a shifter here. We've got different drive modes for towing. We've got crawl control on this vehicle. Crawl control is a really neat thing. Luckily, Toyota does do some pretty good training with the features of these vehicles. I've actually been on some of our Toyota truck training, which I really enjoyed, and we got to use crawl control in some off-road conditions. It essentially puts your truck in a ridiculous mode where it starts looking around for terrain, it checks angles, checks clearance, and it basically will drive the vehicle at extremely low speeds over really rough terrain without beating the teeth out of your head or giving a really rough ride. It's amazing what this truck is capable of doing with the technology that comes with crawl control, which again comes as a standard feature on the TRD Off-Road. Again, that's essentially most of my knowledge on the trucks is that I like crawl control because I got to play with it. I see the trailer adjustment here for trailer towing on the dash. I see rear cargo light that I can turn on. This vehicle has auto start stop. So a lot of the new Toyota vehicles for fuel consumption issues, obviously, is to give better fuel economy, that if you're sitting somewhere in traffic and your 12-volt battery's happy, everything's good, and the auto start stop is working, the gas engine will shut off while you're at idle. simply because idling uses way more fuel than going down the road does proportionately. So they're just trying to be a little more friendly to the environment with the truck. This particular vehicle obviously has, as a TRD off-road, has the IQ charge pad there. I think that's a nice feature because most of us are carrying smartphones. Let's see, I can turn on my rear view camera. I've got heated and cooled seats again. I can tell from the perforation here and the fans and the controls. This vehicle, again, push button start, but it does have heated and cooled seats for the front passengers. My mirror controls are obvious. This one, like a lot of the Toyotas that we have in the upper trims, programmable seats for the driver. So again, the seating position with your steering wheel as well as the seat, all fully automated. Once you program it, you get back in, press 1 as your number 1 driver or number 2, and away you go. Giant screen here. I love this. That's a great layout. It's good visibility. This truck, as well as all the vehicles now, or all the trucks for 2024, have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay wireless built in. So you can have your phone sitting here charging. It'll look after itself. You can mirror the maps off your phone, or you can you can use the built-in navigation system that comes with Toyota with the connected services that do this, that come with this vehicle. It has the SOS button on the roof as a safety feature. So most of the new Toyotas with the connected services and with Toyota Safety Sense current version, once we have paired you and your vehicle together, you get the advantage of, if you're in an accident, this vehicle will call out if you're unable to and call for emergency help, or if you are in need of help and other things are not working, hit the SOS button, it'll call for help for you. So there's a really nice safety feature that's available on most of the 2024 and future versions of these vehicles. So this one, wireless key. Neat feature with our wireless keys, because these do die, they will die eventually. You can open this up, you can still get in the vehicle, and with any Toyota that has keyless entry, if the battery in this is dead, you can hold it up against the key. Vehicle will recognize the RFID tag in here. You can still start the truck even though this is dead. If you lose this, then you're in trouble. Okay, so I have the driver's seat set for my comfort zone. So let's see what the back looks like from the passenger compartment. Okay, so here I am, driver's side, the rear. Again, really nice big pocket on the door for passengers, water bottles, all kinds of stuff. You have the storage pocket there, that's a nice feature. What else do I see here? I see a pull cord here, I don't know what this is for. I'm assuming this will pop forward. Maybe it won't. Okay, so I have no idea what this pulley thing does. Oh, someone's pointing that it should do something for me. Oh, look at that! Amazing storage under the seats. And if you know what you're doing, you would have found that with those standing there pulling on it for 3 minutes. Anyway, so there are the mount points that come with all of the Tundras. These go in the rail system at the top of the box. This is for tying down your four-wheeler, your chainsaw, putting a tarp over, whatever you need. Wheel locks, because these wheels are expensive and you don't want people to steal them. What else have we got here? Oh, we've got a front plate bracket that comes with the vehicle. Okay, that's nice. That's a really nice feature. That's a lot of storage space. Lovely. So let's see how it feels. Okay, so seating position's wicked. This thing has more room than any of the SUVs I've been in quite some time. The customers who have their Tundras and love them say that these are the most comfortable vehicles you can for long drive, or you can own for going on a long drive. And as a passenger here, great lighting with the roof open. Natural light in here is really nice. Obviously we've got privacy glass because it's tinted here on the rear. What else do I see? I see a 120 volt charge point, so you can plug in your laptop, a cooler, anything that's pretty good load, 100 and 400 watts. So lots of 110 volt electricity available there. Obviously you have a conventional USB charge port, as well as a USB-C charge port there. But again, both of those will charge your device. We've got incidental storage vents here for heating and cooling for the rear passengers. Nice features. The cup holders there, that's a nice feature. I like that. And once again, 2 large cup holders here for your 2 passengers, or if you get the 3rd passenger, obviously you're gonna have to put the cups in their lap because they're not gonna fit there. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty impressed. The LED lighting's nice. Very comfortable. Excellent. Let's see what else we can find in the rear of the truck. So here we are at the back of the truck. So I know this does, oh, there we go. I've wanted to do that for a long time. So interesting feature on this specific model, the release, I believe this is on all of the limited trims, that there is a tailgate release right there. Obviously it's soft open, which is really nice. So that is a composite, which is nice. It will not dent. I mean, obviously you can still break it if you put anything too hard or too heavy or too fast on it. So I see a composite bed. I see nice lighting, LED lighting in there. I see all kinds of latch points where you can put on. This is a Toyota OEM, a tonneau cover that obviously we can, that's a trifold that we can put up and actually latch up next to the cab of the truck. So if you're using it closed, great, it's sealed, it's dry, and if you want to put it up and give you more usable cargo space, obviously that ties up next to the cab. So let's see, oh, that's surprising. Now my dad has a 2018 1794 and it's a lovely truck, but his tailgate, I'm gonna guess, is 3 times harder to close than this one is. This is a really soft open and close. So drop it, it's got a hydraulic close, but it also has an assisted open, so that's a really nice feature. Really easy to close, that's pretty impressive. We got nice large backup lights, we got backup sonar. Obviously this is a truck, so it comes with the hitch receiver ready to go. All you need to do is put the stub in that goes with your appropriate trailer, whatever you're using. And again, nice LED light here on the tailgate, and there is the backup camera for this vehicle that you'll see up front, obviously. So I also see, what do we got here? So there's your conventional, how many point? 2, 4, 6. So that's a 6 point, and that is a conventional 4. So no matter what wiring harness you have on your trailer, you have both ends here available to use right out of the factory. So that's a nice feature. Tail lights are nice and big. Obviously, this looks like the same button as it is on the other side, but it does nothing. So obviously you can only open the tailgate from the driver's side. There you go. Okay, very good. So that's what I see from here. Obviously the gas door is on the driver's side of the vehicle, which is pretty common with most of our Toyota trucks. Okay, so let's attempt to open the hood on this one and see what we can find. Okay, true Toyota fashion, has a physical release there on the driver's side. Let's see if I can find this without embarrassing myself too much. Oh, there you go, that worked. So, so this is what I expected. That has a hydraulic open on this trim level, which is nice. Some of our other vehicles don't have it, and I was a little surprised by that, so that's a nice feature. What do I see here? I see a twin turbo V6. Actually, I don't know what I'm looking at. I know it's a twin turbo V6 because other people have told me and I've read all the stats. All I see is plastic, and a battery. So the things that I can easily identify, there's the horn. It's surprisingly small for a truck this size. There is the reservoir for your washer fluid. There's the expansion tank for coolant. There's the dipstick for checking the motor oil there. Aside from that, again, I don't have any skills to tell you anything about this aside from I know it's a twin turbo V6. Noticeably better fuel economy than the previous version of this truck. Other truck, awesome reputation for reliability and durability. We're working on that same reputation here with this vehicle. The power out of this truck is fantastic with noticeably less displacement. Fuel economy is noticeably better with the previous generation as well, and it's quieter on the road. So far so good with this drivetrain. Yeah, I don't see anything else particular that draws my eye because again, once I look past that, I really don't know what goes under the hood of this thing aside from we bring it to the local Toyota store, we service it, and away we go. So overall, pretty impressed with the truck. I don't spend a lot of time with these. So I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota. Subscribe.